You know, if there's one person in gaming that has to be completely talentless, overrated, and has no idea what they're doing, it's Hideo Kojima. Kojima is nothing but a talentless moron that doesn't know anything about game development. He put out that completely horrible Metal Gear Solid series. Now, I know people will act like Metal Gear Solid is a good game, but Metal Gear Solid has always been nothing but a convoluted, plot hole infested piece of garbage. And this is dating back to the PS1. Since the PS1 era, Kojima has had no idea what he's doing. I'm glad Konami got rid of him because he was an embarrassment to the company. He was putting out nothing but garbage left and right. He had a following of complete and utter morons that knew absolutely nothing about good games and quality games. I remember I was around. I was on my way to becoming the king of gaming when Metal Gear Solid 1 first came out. I had a PS1 and everything. I played the demo back in the day and said, get this the fuck out of here. It was trash. And this is leading up to all the Metal Gear Solid games. Metal Gear Solid 5 was a disgrace. People were hyping that game up when it first came out, and then they later realized that the game was complete dog shit. But that's neither here or there. I'm just giving you the facts on Kojima. So Kojima's new piece of shit project, Death Stranding. Now, ever since this travesty of a game was announced, I knew it was going to be trash. You had absolutely no idea what was even going on. It was just all over the place. The game was just a mess. And it still is. I mean, you had fucking random babies out of nowhere in the trailer. Some guy with a UPS outfit was delivering packages or some shit. You know, Norman Reedus from The Walking Dead to a fucking UPS delivery man. He was walking through all types of terrain with the fucking outfit on, ladders so he can reach his packages better. What the fuck was going on in that trailer? Okay, that was the first initial trailer. I've said it multiple times that Sony games now are nothing but boring walking simulators. And they took Walking Simulator to a whole nother level with this fucking game. Because that's all it is a walking simulator. That trailer, it was just him walking and walking. But now we get a new trailer, more into the game, more of the story. And you still don't have any idea what the fuck this game is about. He doesn't know what he's doing with this game. That new trailer for Death Stranding was trash. How can anyone that is not a blind Sony fanboy, because we all know how idiotic Sony fanboys are, they will dick ride anything Sony does. They will dick ride all these garbage ass games Sony keeps putting out. But how can you be excited for this game? You don't know anything about it. These dumbasses are literally just blindly following Kojima. Like, oh, well, Kojima put out the Metal Gear Solid series, so I have faith in him. Well, your faith is misguided, motherfucker, because this game is going to be even worse than the Metal Gear Solid series. Why does Sony continue to do this? What happened to Sony? Remember when they were putting out high quality games back in the PS1 and PS2 era? Ever since that fucking PS3 came out, it's just been all downhill for Sony. They started, instead of making good games, instead of having the right mindset, they started to have the wrong mindset. They started to get behind the boring, cinematic, set piece, sleep-inducing, trash-ass games that we get today. That's all their vision is. Oh, fuck making games. Let's just make movie simulators. Let's just make cutscene simulators. Let's make 3-hour movies, 4-hour movies. That's all this game is going to be, is one big cutscene. The gameplay is going to be abysmal because that's always what it is with Sony now. The Last of Us, trash. That's what really started this whole trend in these horrible ass movie games. It was The Last of Us. That got popular, and then Sony has been trying to recreate that bullshit ever since. You had The Last of Us, then you had let's talk about this gen. You had God of War, another boring ass walking simulator. Horizon Zero Dawn, boring ass walking simulator. Detroit Become Human, boring ass walking simulator, cutscene simulator. All of these games are the same. Sony keeps making the same games over and over again. Where is the goddamn variety, folks? Where is it at? Because as soon as you've played God of War and The Last of Us, you can see how similar these games are. They're completely the same. Just with a different coat of paint, but underneath it all, it's the same boring ass, repetitive, quick time event simulator. Walk over here, walk over there simulator. A bunch of cutscene simulators. Are we playing games or are we playing movies? I thought we were here to play games, not movies. But that seems to be the direction that Sony wants to keep going in, making these boring ass movie games. And I'm not going to fucking stand for it anymore. I'm not going to be playing this trash ass game. I'm not going to be supporting any of these boring ass walking simulators anymore. If you want to be a moron and continue to support bad games like this, go ahead. But I'm not going to be there with you. I'm going to be over here with the real goddamn gamers trying to keep gaming alive. Trying to bring it back from the depths of destruction. That's where I'm going to be. So while you're playing bullshit, I'm going to continue to play greatness. I swear, Sony fanboys are so pathetic. They sit here and talk about how pathetic Xbox fanboys are, but I'd take an Xbox fanboy over a goddamn Sony fanboy any day. The PS4 is an embarrassment of a console, man. It barely has any good exclusives. All the exclusives have been disappointing trash. You know, and the PS5 is going to be no different because Sony has the wrong vision. They have the wrong direction. And since their dumbass fans won't speak up and say anything, they think that this is the way they need to go. It's literally gotten to the point where you don't even need to pick up the controller when you put in a Sony exclusive. You just go pop some popcorn, get you some snacks, kick back, and enjoy the movie. That's really what it is. You know, enjoy the show. Silence your cell phones. Make sure you don't bother others while you're enjoying the movie, because that's all it's going to be, is a fucking movie. You're going to get a bunch of boring-ass cutscenes and cinematic events thrown in your face. The gameplay is going to be so half-assed and boring that you're wondering why this game was even made in the first place. That's what Sony wants to be. They just want to be movie creators. They don't want to be game creators anymore. As long as it has good graphics and it looks nice, that means it's good to these idiots. Wow. Sony's just continuously getting worse. So that's why I'm saying people are already PS5. What's the PS5 going to be? How can you look at the PS4 and be excited for the PS5? We're going to get the same shit we've been getting, and it's not good. We're going to get improved graphics, yes, but we're going to get trash under that. Who gives a fuck about improved graphics and how great something looks if under it all it's shit? Give a fuck how good something looks? That's all you care about is graphics, Sony? What's going on? But Death Stranding is just another failure of a game that only idiotic Sony fanboys and people who are too stupid to know what quality is will be interested in. I'm going nowhere near this game. This game sucks. Horrible. Kojima fails again.